Okay, are you good?
Yep.
All right.
Best intro ever.
I love it. We have to start there. Hello all, and welcome to the first real episode of our anime review show, Tournament Arc. We are going to be reviewing 10 animes that were decided in episode 0. Those 10 are...
The Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime, Radiant, the Vampire one, Anima Yell, and... What are yours?
Run Like the Wind, Goblin Slayer, the Sumo anime with a really long name. I'm going to put the names up so people can see. Boarding School Juliet, My Sister, My Rider. I believe that's all 10. Yes?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
Where's yours? Where's your 5?
So, anyone who watched episode 0 may have thought we were doing Ingress and Rewrited. We're not, because Ingress doesn't come out for a few more weeks, and Rewrited already started coming out weeks ago. They weren't announced that they were doing that at the time, so there was a little bit of confusion. We left it up to the Wheel of Chance, and Goblin Slayer, and...
I don't remember.
This vampire one replaced those two. So we got, an interesting selection now. So without further ado, I think we should probably get straight into it. We'll explain, though, that as we start to talk about the shows, we'll hold up one of these two signs here. This one here means that the show pretty much gets a yes vote and we want it to advance to the next week. This show here means we want it out. We want it dead. One show can die max per week, so if multiple shows have the same amount of knockout votes, we will once again leave that up to the Wheel of Fate.
Once again.
So, let us begin talking about anime. I'll start.
Okay.
We'll talk about Run Like the Wind first, which is the running anime.
Yeah.
Alright. So I wrote a little synopsis about it. Runner Kageyama has just started at university, and like most new university students, has no money. He is caught stealing and chased by a shop owner until 4th year student Haji sees just how good he can run. Like the wind. He decides to add Runner Kageyama to his dorm of misfit boys, and that he has slowly gathered over the past few years. And then he springs on the entire group that they actually signed a lease. Let me try this again. I wrote this, I can't even read it. He springs on the entire group that when they signed their lease to live in the dorm, they also signed up to join the university track and field team. Now that they're a full team of 10, Haji has told them that they have to run a marathon or relay race thing. It's not really explained very well in the show. The issue is only Ronnie Kageyama and Haji, although it looks like he had a major injury in the past, have any experience in running, which means only one thing: hooky hijinks are about to ensue. What did everyone think of... Oh, before we talk about anything, we'll do a knockouts and advance vote and just give our opinion straight away. Then we'll talk and we'll give a second one. So each will have 6 votes.
Okay.
So choose what you would like to do with the show now. Don't show anyone else. And on the count of 3, we'll hold it up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Knockout, advance, knockout. Oh, he has advance. Alright, he's just holding up both, so he messed with my head. So it's got 2 advance votes. I liked it because I like sports animes, and it looks like Haikyuu, and it's funny.
I enjoyed it because it was the first episode and nothing really happened yet.
What does that mean to enjoy it?
It made me enjoy it because I wanted to see what happens next. Why did you knock it out?
Because it's an anime about fucking running!
It's not... They didn't even... Well, they did run a little bit in the first episode, but there's, no running at all. It was, getting...
Because what can you do with running?
We're about to find out in episode 2.
With
I'll
the hooky
find
hijinks.
out in episode 2.
But, like, did you see 8 of them aren't runners? They don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it.
And they all have cool personality... Well, they all have personality traits. Like, there's twins. And one guy likes manga. And another guy likes Jeopardy. And another guy's black. Like, those...
Are you trying to convince me or yourself?
Oh my god. Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to convince yourself.
No, it's good.
It's so good.
It's not. It's really not.
It's good.
I mean, the animation is really nice.
The animation, I will say, it does look very nice.
Yes.
It's appealing. If you just have to go from looks, yeah, it looks very appealing and very nice.
Did you
And
have
it's
an
finished.
opinion on the intro? Because I don't, because I don't remember
That was
it.
bland. And
I don't
boring.
remember the
Yeah, I
intro.
don't.
It was him running through the seasons. That was
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, I
It
don't
was like
remember.
nothing special.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
remember
like generic.
any of these intros. It was just like all of them to me were super generic.
He was running in the intro. That's what he was
'cause
doing.
He's a runner, and they're about to go and do like some sort of super mega run together. Even though none of them,
Just a big man.
it made it seem like none of them know
What
how
running
to
is.
run. But it's like it's not that hard, guys. Just put
Just
one leg
do
in
it.
front of the other, and deal with it. And also, it's track and field. That's like hammer throw and javelin and long jump and high jump. It can do other stuff too. They don't have to just run. So I'm interested to see if they actually bother to show the other ones. So we've had a little discussion. Anyone else want to say anything else about Run Like the Wind?
I'm
It's
gonna
an
give it an
anime
episode.
about running.
I'm gonna give it an episode.
Just one more.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do anything better,
I mean, 2 episodes in is a 6th way through the season, and if nothing really happens, then
we met 10 characters.
we met 10
We
characters.
met 11 characters.
Yeah, but I
because we
don't-
also met the old
Do you
man.
really you remembered 5?
All right, so there's Rona Kageyama,
Mm-hmm.
the main dude who's in charge.
Yep.
There's the exchange student. Yes.
Yep.
The 2 twins.
Yep.
The guy who loves manga.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who loves Jeopardy.
Yep.
There's the the old guy who smokes.
Oh, yep.
There's the old guy who smokes his roommate.
Yep.
There's one more.
Don't look at me. I don't fucking know.
I remember him being short. I don't remember anything else.
I don't remember any of it, so it's not that rememberable. You just like that.
They would There's 2 minutes per person that they're able to dedicate. And they're going to get the plot across as well.
To be fair, there's 9 characters because the 2 twins are
The 2 twins are the same character for now, but we'll see if that goes on. So we'll do our second vote, see if anyone's mind has been changed by our little conversation. I'm still going to hold up this one.
I'm gonna give it an episode.
Alright, I'll give it one more.
Hey.
One more. Hey, so that's 5 out of 6, which is really good. So it does take at least 3 knockout votes to get put on the knockout wheel.
Right.
So that would mean that there has to be one person will have to do it twice, and there'll have to be another person who at least wants to knock it out 1 time.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
And then it can go on the wheel. We were going to do a 2-episode rule. However, if there's an anime we all despise, not naming any names just yet, if there's an anime we all despise and it gets 6 out of 6 knockouts, I feel we should be able to just wipe it.
Yeah.
Yeah? Without naming names just yet, but I have a feeling we all want to knock out the same one.
Maybe.
Okay, so moving on to the second anime,
Which was the slime.
the time I got reincarnated as a slime, which was your lock.
Yeah.
The running anime was my lock, by the way.
Does anyone remember the name of the main character?
No.
No.
I'm gonna call him main character.
That's fine.
The main-
Oh, you call him slime.
I'll call him Slime. Slime Guy says his life is bland and boring until he gets stabbed by a criminal that just does it for no reason. As the main character is dying, he complains about everything in his life and how he's dying still. He complains that his blood is too hot/cold, how it's too loud and everyone's crying, and how he's a virgin. When he dies, the name suggests it, he turns into a slime. With supernatural abilities. So bad. So, the slime can eat everything and anything, and as he's eating everything and everything, he fell down some stairs and meets the storm dragon Veldora, who grants him the use of sight. The two become friends. The end of the episode is then.
That was pretty much it. The only thing you missed out is that... So he got his slime powers, like, based on things that were, like, hurting him in his human life.
Yeah.
Like, he felt really hot, so he got, like, climate control.
Yeah, that's a good way
And
to put
then...
it.
And they got so many powers, I don't remember what they all were. Like, pain nullification.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it
Like
was like, it
regenerative.
hurts. Yeah, it can regenerate. So that was... I mean, I kind of liked it. It was like a video game skill tree. It kind of like just kept giving him new things.
I like how even the character says it's like a video game. He was like, man, my life's like a video game now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like a blind little slime ball that just keeps eating. But we do see in the intro, spoilers alert, we see in the intro he does become like, get a human form.
Yeah.
Because he can transform in the first episode. He transformed into something.
No, I don't think he does. He doesn't transform. He loses like a chunk of his head
Oh
and
no,
he
he
grows it back.
transforms into the snake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
I do. I remember he transformed into something.
Yeah,
I
he
couldn't
transformed
remember what
into
it
a
was.
snake.
I do want to say though, when you synopsis, how did you remember the name of the dragon?
Because it was on the synopsis on Crunchyroll.
Right, but the main character.
Also, the first episode, it has his name. I don't remember the main character because he's not important. He's a slime.
He's kind of important. He's the main character. But you were right as well. The criminal comes out of nowhere and just decides to stab him.
Yeah, he's
running forward with a knife. He's like, ugh!
Someone and then just tails back.
He stabs him and then turns around and just starts running away. That's it. It's so pointless.
Yeah, but it gets the plot moving, which was nice. We got to see him.
Just have like someone fall on him or something.
Oh, we didn't do the thing before we talk about it. Everyone choose a card.
Can't show it yet.
Okay, so that's 3. So we'll talk about it and then we'll choose another one at the end. But we already started to talk about it. I think we can all see where this is going.
Yeah.
It's a good anime. It's good for the first
It's
episode.
funny.
It's progressive.
It wasn't my favorite that we
It was
watched,
my favourite.
but I enjoyed it as much as I hoped I was going to enjoy it. I liked the dragon was like super serious, and then he would like flip and be like this dumb
A
thing.
tsundere dragon, as the slime called it.
A tsundere.
Yeah. You know what that is?
No.
Okay, it's hard to explain, but the dragon is that.
Oh, you and your Japanese.
Oh, me. But, yeah, it's really good. The slime and the dragon's, like, conversations about becoming friends and how the dragon's like, I don't wanna!
And it was able to explain kind of what he was able to do,
Yeah.
like easily, and like it showed it. And then he just started eating plants
Yeah.
and rocks, and then he fell in the water, and he's like, "Oh, I know how to manipulate my body a little bit," and like sprung forward.
Yeah.
And then it also explained about like other humans being in the world, but none of them were slimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it's going to go with that, but we'll see.
It was interesting.
Yeah. Do you have anything that stands out in your mind about it?
What kind of
No,
confused...
I expected it to be a lot less shit.
What do you mean?
Like, I expected it to be a lot worse than I originally thought it was.
You thought it was better than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, it was better.
Yeah.
It was like I had a bit of a giggle.
I like
the tone of itself wasn't too.
I like the
serious.
gag where he's like, destroy my computer.
Yeah,
And then like he drops it in the bath. It's like, do not try this at
Yeah.
home. I'm
that
like,
was. Like, I just like the humor of it.
yeah. It struck a
But it
good
doesn't
tone.
it doesn't take itself too
It
seriously.
can't take
which
itself
is
too
good.
seriously. He's
Yeah,
literally a slime ball.
that's exactly right.
Did you watch the intro at the end?
Possibly.
Yeah,
I
so
can't
like
remember.
sometimes anime show the intros at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because there wasn't an intro at the start of this one, was there?
no, it just kind of went straight into
Yeah.
it. But obviously, the end credits is now going to be the intro.
Yeah.
It was good. I think we're going to all do our second vote now.
Yeah.
Unless anyone else has anything else they want to say about it.
No.
That's 6 out of 6 advance votes for the time I got reincarnated as a slime, which isn't surprising because it was one of the hotly anticipated shows, which means people who know more about anime than we do probably saw it coming, maybe from its manga or from the fact that it's written by other people who've written good stuff.
Dan liked it. He's been reading the manga.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, I don't know why I still like that. Who has he?
Oh,
Who has he?
Ooh.
edit that out.
I'll edit that in.
Oh, edit that.
Next, let's do... So we do what? Have you got Radiant? Is Radiant the next thing? So we both wrote about Radiant.
Right. Which one's Radiant?
You go first.
No. All right.
I would say you go first.
I will go first. In a moment.
Goddamn dogs.
Dogs. Fucking Red Dead Redemption comes out in 2 weeks.
I know.
Get pumped.
I know. I love it. So Radiant, we both wrote a little synopsis about Radiant.
Yep.
You may be able to tell. Maybe able to tell what movie. Sorry, I just watched before writing this. You might be able to pick up on it a little bit. Radiant. Fairy Tail decided it wasn't a shonen-y enough shonen, so, like the Venom symbiote, decided to clone itself and evolve. Unfortunately, this new clone's name was Black Clover. The Black Clover symbiote then latched onto a host called Naruto. Then Fairy Tail and the Naruto Black Clover symbiote decided to screw each other, and the result was this show.
Yeah.
That's my synopsis of Radiant.
Well, my synopsis is Seth is a wizard apprentice.
He actually talked about the plot.
Yeah, I actually talked about it. Sorry, guys, I had too much fun. Seth is a wizard apprentice that gets into way too much trouble. We find Seth for the first time practicing magic against rocks with his little friend called Tommy. Seth hits a rock with his fist into a herd of Elicanos, and they get angry. So they chase the two into the town until Seth's mentor destroys all the Elicanos.
It doesn't kill him, right? It
It
reherds them.
it's like a shonen kill. With
It doesn't kill them, but she goes, here they are, back to normal. Anyway.
you're back to normal.
Anyway.
The town people get angry at the two wizards for no reason, so they leave. Seth declares that his goal is to defeat the Nemesis, which is the bad people of the show. And then a Nemesis egg hits the town, so Seth tries to step up and defeat the egg before it hatches. But it's too late when Seth reaches it, so it wrecks the shop.
Okay. What shop?
Just the town. Just wreck shop.
It wrecks shop, not wrecks the shop. I'm like, what shop are you talking
I
about?
accidentally put it the before wrecks and the shop.
And wrecks the shop.
Yeah, wreck shop. I put it there in my head. It's just shonen.
Okay, everyone, let's have a look. See, are you thinking about which one you want to do?
I'm thinking about what I want to do.
All right, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
What'd you do?
I had knockout.
I had advanced.
He also had advanced.
Hey!
So I'll go first, seeing as I seem to be the one who disliked it the most. I thought it was boring. I didn't. There was too much going on. It's obviously planning a big, massive, overarching story with, where these sorcerers come from, how they have powers, how they're connected to this Nemesis thing, which isn't explained at all in the first episode. All we get is Seth is this wizard orphan, and wizards aren't liked by most people, even though they're the only ones that can kill the big bads, the Nemesis, which apparently fall from the sky as eggs and then hatch. That's really all we got, and a bunch of jokes that were supposed to be funny, but I didn't think they were funny at all.
No.
I thought they were dumb. There was one joke about him needing to pee while he's being hung out. Oh, they also live in a giant house in the sky, by the way.
A hot air balloon. They live in a hot air balloon.
You glossed over that. And he has to clean the outside as a punishment for practicing magic.
I glossed over it because it wasn't important.
No, I guess it wasn't. But yeah, I thought it was boring. I didn't think it looked great. It just looked like a normal shonen. I can see why kids would like it. It was dumb, it was fun, and there was probably enough action in there to keep them interested for a few weeks, but not enough for me. Your opinion?
I liked it more than Black Clover.
I think I like episode 1 of Black Clover more than I like this.
No, that main character...
Yeah,
I was expecting that main character to scream like the main character in Black Clover, and when he didn't, I went, yes. there was like a sigh of relief.
Now, did you watch the dub or the sub of Black Clover?
It doesn't matter. He does it in both.
He doesn't. In the dub, he doesn't scream.
Yeah, he does. I've watched both. He does it in both.
I only watch subs anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. I think it's good. I think it has potential.
Yeah, but you like shows like this.
I think it's a bit too shonen-y.
It's super shonen.
Oh yeah, it's hard.
It's like I said, it's all three of those shows mixed together.
Yeah.
There might be like little bits of other ones still to come in episode 2. Like we haven't even met the entire gang that's on the poster.
Oh yeah,
We've met.
Yeah, we haven't met the
one dude.
pirates.
Now, did they talk about his horns at all?
no,
Did the other wizard have horns?
No.
no.
Because they seemed to. I think they did something about horns, but I don't remember.
We'll find out next episode.
Maybe if they even bother to.
Probably not.
So if you,
The second half saved it for me.
the second half.
Second half ruined it. For
Yeah, the
me.
second half did nothing. She went away, practiced a little bit of magic, and then that was that.
Well, what made it so much better in the first half what was better in the first half that wasn't in the second half?
Just it was more like light upbeat because nothing was happening. But as soon as it sort of, as soon as it takes itself seriously, like fight wise, then it's like, oh shit, we better take this fight seriously.
Like it kept on being like, we're gonna take it seriously now.
Yeah.
Oh no, here's a gag. We're gonna take it seriously now. Oh, here's a gag. We're gonna take it seriously. Oh, he's falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
He can't be held because he's got too many magical items now. The bats can't hold him.
Yeah.
Oh, he cracked the egg.
I forgot about that.
Like the tone changes like from one side to the other side like really
It
quickly.
needs to
when
find
starts
its
to be
feet.
serious.
How about that? It needs to find its
It needs to
feet.
find its balance.
Yeah. So we'll hold up the second signs. So I did hold it a knockout, but I'm not like super into the knockout, so I'll give it my second vote being advance. I'll give it another
I'm
one.
holding these like upside down as well.
That's right, you got it. I'll give it an advance. I'll give it a week. See if it can improve.
There are worse out there.
There are worse
That's all I'm
out there.
saying.
So like it
As
was.
far as the shows go,
Yeah. So for me, it was a knockout. It wasn't a hard knockout. It was a. I think you can do better than this, Radiant, and if you can't, you're on a tightrope. The next show that we watched this week was Goblin Slayer. Now, I have a really, really long synopsis for this because a lot happened in this episode.
maybe just like read half of it.
It's not. It's a bit long. It's like twice as long as the last one I read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll fully start. Alright, stop. Yeah.
Goblin Slayer. In the generic world of fantasy anime, the Overlord Ainzul Gol joins. Oh wait, wrong show, guys. Wrong show. In the generic world of fantasy anime, a priestess starts her life as a character in a D&D campaign. She joins a guild and earns the rank of Porcelain, aka Noob rank. Before she can even look at the job board, she is recruited by a knight, a wizard, and some other chick. But in the end, it doesn't really matter because as soon as they leave on the job to hunt goblins, they all get wrecked pretty hard. The dude gets chopped into pieces, the wizard gets poisoned, and the other chick gets stripped, and to keep it semi-family friendly, something that rhymes with silently taped. All of a sudden, the Goblin Slayer appears, a silver-ranked adventurer who apparently never moved on from the beginner quests of killing goblins because he just loves it so damn much. He saves the priestess and kills the entire horde of goblins without even breaking a sweat. He then proves just how good of a guy he is by saving all the girls kidnapped by the goblins and murdering all the little goblin children. The episode ends with our MC priestess back at the guild. She has bought some armor, which she maybe should have done before, but I guess in this world you get the common sense skill at the next rank. And she's about to go back and do more quests with the Goblin Slayer. What kind of quests will they do? I think you can guess. That's my synopsis of Goblin Slayer. I think I hit all the nails on the head there. I don't think I missed too much. But before we do anything else, let's grab our signs. I think I'm pretty confident as to what everyone's going to be doing yet. I'm also going to go on a limb and say this was your favourite.
Yeah.
So, please, without further ado, gush over Goblin Slayer.
It was violent. Lots of blood. I thought it was going to be like a PG sort of adventure, the stereotype adventure where everyone gets along really well and they just go out and
Hey,
get some money.
This is my new group. I'm going to go adventuring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to forget about the
it just went sideways so quickly and it was so good to watch. Just everyone just the girl getting poisoned, everyone rushing to healing her, and it wasn't working.
It wasn't working, and
she was poisoned.
The entire time it's happening, the goblins are still there, and more and more of them are coming.
More and more are coming, and then the girl gets great, and his sword is too long, so he hits it on the side, and they start hacking him, start cutting him up. It's probably going to be my favourite one.
I knew I'm watching it. I'm like, as soon as the first blood splatter goes flying out, I'm like, Moody is gonna love this. This is his favourite show because the goblins they don't look innocent as much, but they kind of look dumb and these are just gonna be cannon fodder, and they wreck.
Yeah,
they come out of nowhere,
and it was amazing. And it looks good as well.
It does look really
animation-wise, it looks very nice. And the main character. A main character that kills kids.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He was just no, they're going to grow up and be bad.
Yeah.
They're like, but they're innocent now. Yeah, but it doesn't
they're
matter.
Not going to be later.
What if there's a good one? I haven't met one yet. And it's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
And the priestess chick doesn't really hold it against him. She's like, okay. I wouldn't. A bit of a cry. She's like, I wouldn't do this, but I'm not going to stop him from doing it. It was almost like I'm glad he's doing it so I don't have to. Sort of thing. Which I'm like, yes.
Yeah. And it was good. There wasn't really any whininess in the
No, she wasn't really whiny. She was kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Petrified, scared sort of thing.
Yeah.
But she just he said, do this. And she just went, okay. Instead of, why?
Yeah.
Why do I need to do it?
There's the moment where there's a part where he's like, all right, now I'm going to do this, and what you have to do is you need to turn back and run, and it's so he can shoot the gasoline he's put there. But she doesn't go, no, I'm not leaving you. She's like, okay, I'll go back.
I'll run.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah. And that's what I really like about that. And it just went, I expected some, PG sort of thing, and it just went completely the other way, and I went, yes. Yes.
The first group that was with her, I was expecting, the boy to be the bad guy.
Wait, what happened?
You know the guy that was with...
Oh, you thought, he's, the real kidnapper.
Yeah, I was like, this is the kidnapper.
Oh, no, I didn't think about that.
I was expecting that.
I thought, they were going to go in cave and everything was going to go
I thought the Goblin Slayer was going to save the group.
Yeah.
I did not see it. I'm like, and they're like... And she was saying at the end, it's like, most people die, and the ones that don't die are, way too traumatized to even go back hunting goblins. And, the group's, saying it, we're gonna go do it. And you can see the chick who gives out the quest is like, uh-oh.
Okay.
I know how this is gonna end.
But my favourite by far.
So the one question I had about the show was, so the Goblin Slayer is silver rank.
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, she says on... in the guild hall, she says the highest rank is, platinum?
Yeah.
The highest rank was platinum, and then gold, and then silver. But she says you'll only see silver, the highest you'll see is silver walking around. Is that because that guild doesn't have anyone higher than silver, or they don't go and do normal quests?
They probably just don't do normal quests.
Yeah.
They probably do headhunter sort of things, I'm gonna go get a...
Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm going to go do a gold level quest.
They only do private
sort
of thing, so you don't really see them walking out.
Mm-hmm. Is this a video game? Or a game or something?
I don't know, but it should be.
I was watching it the whole time. When's the twist going to be and it's going to pan out and they're actually all sat around playing D&D. I'm sitting there when's that going to happen? I was expecting it at any point.
Not.
But
those deaths don't count.
Well, yeah, it got to the end. I'm like, oh, it didn't happen. I thought she'd be like, and I'm done for the night. And, like, gonna go back and, like, do her normal thing. Like, she's gonna log out of the video game.
Oh.
It didn't happen. Like, it kept going. I'm like, oh, so all that actually happened.
Yeah.
Ooh, show.
It was like it was an actual good show that wasn't like...
It wasn't afraid to do what it did.
Yeah.
Which I can see a lot of
Which
shows.
I like.
Yeah, a lot of shows would be afraid
I'd
to go
love
where our
that.
show went.
It actually has courage to do what it wants. It's like, it's brave enough to be like, we're doing this and this and this, and we're just not doing anything
And
else.
the Goblin Slayer is a badass.
Yeah.
Like, pure,
He kills
unadulterated.
Yeah.
He's just like...
He's a badass.
Like, how, like, he plans ahead. He's like, no, you're going to do this. It's like, how many times have you done this?
A lot.
A lot. He's like, how did you know to do it? I practiced.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I practiced a lot.
When he, like... So he has a sword, and he uses it on a goblin, and he gets blood in it. He's like, no, we can't use it anymore. It's got blood in it. Is that explained yet? Like, why?
Well, I assume it's because goblins can smell the scent.
Yeah,
Smell the scent,
they
but
did
still, like,
explain it.
run away.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
they can smell the scent of, like, blood coming, so they can either, like,
Prepare.
prepare.
Poison
Because, you know how he said as well, goblins that survive, they adapt?
Right. Yeah. And that's why there's the shaman.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's probably one that's survived and he'd become a leader.
Yeah.
And like it did a great job of explaining like so much lore stuff like real quick,
Yeah.
you know, and like how the show's gonna work. Because we were asking, I don't know if you noticed it, like when they were walking past and it's like, you know, that statue was there that distracted them, so the goblins all got in
Yeah.
behind them. We were watching it and it showed the clip again. Like, was it actually like that when we watched it the first time? Do you know? Like you can actually see the other corridor, and we just, as an audience, ignored it as well.
I can't remember the thing, but only because they didn't really show you that. I think
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but when I watched it, I think they drew it as you couldn't see that because they wanted you to have the perception of
The characters. Right, okay.
So when
that
they
makes sense.
did get, ambushed from the back,
Yeah,
they were like, what the fuck? And then you as an audience member were like, wait, what the fuck?
right.
Sort of thing as well.
I get it. Yeah, no,
I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, we were
I could
watching
be
it and
wrong,
like-
but I'm pretty sure that's how...
yeah. But either way, like, the fact that it's not even that noticeable when they show it again, so you're sitting there questioning, like, did they show that
Yeah,
before?
like, and they get, like, the Goblin Slayer dude to go...
Yeah. And
then
he
you show
explains
them,
it. Oh,
And it was, like, really cleverly done as well. The way they... Like, the writing was good.
mm-hmm.
Animation was good.
Yes.
Like, the quality of it as well was just...
The,
like, compared to some of the other... The quality was just up here compared to the other ones.
it's like lore building was like precise and like
Yeah.
it did so much of it so quick. Like we know that there's wizards and like magic, but there's also like holy magic as well that you
Yeah.
get from gods. And there's like all these poisons and antidotes and like holy
it's basically
magic.
just like an RPG.
Yeah,
world.
it's
like
like
you have your
super-
warriors,
totally
you have your
RPG.
mages, you have your priests,
Yeah.
and
like
it balances very well the way it's written and the way it goes out.
so as you can maybe tell by our gushing, we really, really like this show. So I think it's a real safe assumption to say that's 6 advanced. Just kidding. That's a 6 out of 6. That's a strong 6 out of 6 over what was the other 6 out of 6? Slime. That I would say that's the strongest 6 out of 6 in the slime. Like head to head.
This one's gonna win.
Head to head, Goblin Slayer beats Slime.
Unless they mess it up mad.
Like it'd be pretty hard to.
No, I've fanboyed over this one. I'm biased about this
You're
one.
like,
now.
this is it. It's it.
This
It's
is
done.
it. This is it.
The only thing.
And you
What?
called this a 0.
What though?
It
The
looks
trailer
shit.
was bad.
Because, like I said, while I'm watching... Because we only watch the trailers, you got to remember.
Yeah.
But watching the trailer, you would think, oh, this is just some generic piece of, you know...
We
That's
we,
what-
we are
that's what-
still to meet the cowgirl that was in the
This
trailer.
is true. This is true.
And there were dice all over that trailer.
There were dice all over
Yeah.
there.
So I'm not sure how that's gonna.
So you're probably not
I might not be too
far
wrong.
out.
Yeah.
But
What
I'm
about
having a good time with it.
what about if in one of the future episodes, say like episode 4 or 5, Goblin Slayer has a change of heart and has the chance to kill baby goblins again and decides no,
Then I just
they've done nothing wrong. Could that ruin the show?
Maybe.
It's
You
like
can't have
it's-
a personality go one way and then
no,
completely
I
the
don't
other
think
way.
you can. I don't think they would either.
No.
I feel like they know
They
what
wouldn't
they're
do
doing.
that and then switch it
No,
the complete opposite
I don't
direction.
think they would. I really hope the priestess character doesn't get doesn't become like too much of his conscience. You know, I hope she stays.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't get too under his skin.
I hope she stays how she is with him, which is like, I am here to help you. You know what you're doing in these situations more.
I'll back you up.
Yeah, I'll be the
I'm a
assistant.
support. That
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah, well, that means she's a support class. Like, that's her thing.
Yeah,
So hopefully it's
which is what she is, because she's a priest. Son.
Keep as you're going, you can't go wrong, Goblin Slayer. Like, it'll be really, really hard to. And this was like the top anticipated show of the season, and I can see why.
Yeah,
It was really good.
It was really, really good.
the trailer did not do it justice
It
at
did
all.
not. And I'm pretty sure there was another one that came out slightly after that I didn't watch, but it might have done a better job. I like playing the trailer, so I'll have to see.
Was it on the list? Our list?
A new Goblin Slayer trailer. I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah, what do you think I was talking about?
I
the
like
new
a
Goblin
new
Slayer.
anime.
No.
It's like, there's another one?
It was good though. Apparently, though, what I will say, that Zombieland saga turned out to be an anime. Just
Yeah.
the trailer. There was no information about it till way later. I don't know anything about it. I've not looked into it.
I did watch it because
And?
I was curious.
Yeah, and
Don't.
Okay, I'm glad it's not on the list.
I mean, it was very popular on Crunchyroll. It was number one.
Yeah, but that was trending.
Yeah.
It was number one trending.
You want to know my synopsis of it?
Yes.
Fucking, what's those? Oh,
Zombies?
what's the fucking? What are they, like, idol groups or whatever they are?
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, with like, you have like the girls and they all sing.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Oh.
That's what the zombies are
man.
doing.
What?
They're zombie. They've died and they've come back to life, and then it's like warm bodies. They slowly become human as zombies.
So what you're still saying is there still isn't a good manga-inspired zombie
No.
story yet. There might be one coming up in the near future. Keep an eye out.
It's not manga inspired though.
Yeah, it is.
It's original.
No, manga-inspired, like it's a manga-inspired graphic novel. Like it's when I say manga-inspired, I mean like it's like super manga-y.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It's not inspired by a particular one.
Oh, okay. Right, I get you.
Not that you know what we're talking about here. But I think I just made a kissing noise. I don't know.
You'll have to find out.
Mwah. Alright, moving on.
Sumo or vampire one?
Let's do sumo.
Alright.
Let's do sumo. It's got a really long name. I still don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But so let's call it sumo anime. Mm-hmm. Little Yamcha wants to be the very best, like no one ever was. Unfortunately, he's super short, which messes with his cause. It doesn't matter though, because he's like super strong. He starts the episode trying to get into a good sumo school, but ends up in the ghetto, which has an equally ghetto sumo club. And the sumo club only has one member, who's good at sumo, but he's also a loser. Anyway, Lil Yamcha decides he's going to mess with the hierarchy of a school he's not even planning on going to, and challenges the toughest dude in the school to a fight. But then it turns out that it's not really a fight, it's just a beating, and yet he still somehow wins? How, you ask? Because it shows a montage of him punching trees. So now the sumo club is allowed to use the dojo and everyone gets a happy ending while Little Yamcha decides to go to the ghetto school. The end. I thought that was a pretty solid description of the entire show. Everybody grab your cards. I keep going to do this. Well remembered. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, everyone. That's 6 advanced votes.
Wait, what'd you get?
I put advanced.
You mean 3 advanced votes?
Yeah, sorry, 3 advanced votes. I'm getting a little far ahead of myself.
I'm so excited.
Well, yeah, like I've said before, Goblin Slayer was my favourite that we watched. And then I don't think this was my second favourite, but I liked this show.
What was your second
I
favorite?
was curious. It's like, what would it be like having buff guys doing sumo?
Yeah.
That was my thought.
That was it, and we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
They didn't seem like weirded out that this like ripped dude was a sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
They weren't like, that's weird. But they did also talk about how like it's not unusual for sumo to just be 2 fat guys.
Yeah.
Because like that one the one dude in the sumo club, they're all like making fun of him. Like, you do sumo? Isn't that the thing where like fat dudes hug each other?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's the exact line.
Yeah, that's the exact line.
So, it's not weird that
because at the intro it said like when it was introducing like the idea of sumo, it's like because there's no weight class, so usually
it's just
you just build yourself up.
You just be a big dude,
so you have like obviously the advantage.
Yeah, no one can push you. But yeah, basically the plot is he's really short, so which makes him one lighter, and two there's actually a minimum height requirement, which is like 160 centimeters, which I'm pretty sure
is
167,
and he's just below 160.
Right. So for reference, I'm 176, and I'm pretty short. So, like, 167 is really short. That's like 5'5". Yeah, 5'4", 5'5". So, then this dude's, like, less than 160, so he must be pushing, like, 5 foot.
Yeah.
You know? So, he's like down here.
Small dude.
Although he's only a first year in high school. So, he's only, like, 15.
He could grow.
I say he's only, like, 15. He's nearly 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
So... Maybe like he won't grow more.
Late bloomer.
Maybe he's a late bloomer. I'm not sure.
But it did address the scars that he had on him.
It didn't though, because
it did because he was like, "Why did he get those scars?" At least they address it, not like, "Oh, this is."
How does he get the scars?
He doesn't say anything. It isn't like.
Oh right, okay. It just mentions the scars.
Addresses it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you would hope so. They drew them on him.
Yeah.
So it's
like really weird scars though.
Yeah, we'll find out. Because he's like this child prodigy sumo that for some reason stops doing it for a couple of years. Like they said he was like the junior high champion. I'm sorry, the elementary school champion, and then he didn't sumo for a bit.
I think it's because he was just too good.
Maybe.
Did Aomi. It's too good.
And he was like, I can't do it. But he still loves it. He still loves sumo. Like he didn't want to stop doing sumo.
Mm. Then again, it was really good. I mean, it was very, very cliche.
Like I wasn't wrong, like being confused by how, like it showed him like training, like punching. Like I know that's a thing like sumo wrestlers do is they slap trees, so like basically numb their hands so they can like slap each other really hard. That doesn't explain how he can get punched in the face and not feel anything.
Well, maybe he was just banging his head against the tree as well.
Maybe, but I feel like it would have showed that. It didn't show that. It just showed him slapping the tree and being like, "Ha!"
Would you want to?
Yeah, I bet you he didn't say he didn't feel anything. I'm saying I think he said he couldn't get pushed back. Like
no, he was getting punched in the face.
He was getting punched in the face. He didn't say he couldn't feel anything. He was like, "How did you not get pushed back or get pushed down?" He's like, "I've been training for years in sumo, so I don't get pushed very easily."
Maybe, but that dude, the bully dude, he's totally going to join the sumo club, isn't he?
Yeah.
He shows it in the intro.
Does it? Is that him?
Yeah.
No.
I've already watched the second episode.
Oh, okay.
Have you really? Why?
Because it was fucking out.
I mean, he's going to have to watch it anyway.
That's true.
I liked it. I like Little Yamcha. He's like... It reminded me very much of the first episode of Food Wars.
Yeah.
Like, it had a very similar structure. It's like, here's the dude. Here's what he's good at. Here's him being really good at it. He's the best, like, out of the normies. Later, we'll meet other people who are also really good. Is he still the best? But he's still one of the best.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically what Food Wars is. It's like, what's his name?
Soma.
Yeah, Yukihira is like, he goes to the school and like, this school it has the best of the best. He's the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
Like, he's in like the top 5 or whatever. So it's this. I'm gonna guess it's gonna follow a similar path where like there'll be other like amazing like high school sumo wrestlers and he'll be amongst them, but he might not be the very best one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good. Next, we'll do the signs again, and then we'll move on to the next show. I think it has one advance. That's 6 advances. I kind of wish we could have given Goblin Slayer like 9 advances. You know,
we cannot do that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to give it 9.
Just give it like maybe like a gold. Oh, we should all have a gold star.
Oh,
next episode I'll work on a gold star system.
Yeah, gold star system. Where it's like this was my favorite.
Yeah. I don't know how it'll work. Even though maybe it'll just be like a token. Like it might not mean anything towards the vote, but it's just like this is a special
seal of
award.
approval, like movie seal of approval.
Seal approval. A.
just editing. Like it's just a pop up of Moody. Like,
Yeah. It's gonna be Goblin Slayer every week.
all right.
So that was this one.
Okay, now the vampire one. If you can do it, I can do it. It shows the main character in a forest looking for a doll girl, but then the main character gets lost and suddenly finds herself with another white-haired girl, and she says she's a vampire. The vampire flies the main character back to her house, and in the end of the episode, the main character moves in. The end.
It was a really, really bad job of explaining whose house. The vampire's house.
Yeah, the vampire's house.
You made it sound like the vampire took this girl home.
That's true. The vampire girl took the main character to the vampire's house. Put it that way. And then the rest of the episode is just her moving in.
So this is based off of a 4-koma manga. You can tell it's based off of a 4-koma manga. There was at least half a dozen times where we watched most of these shows together. I think we watched all the shows together.
Yep.
And we're watching it, and I'm like, that was a comic.
You didn't have to say
that scene was a comic.
Yeah, no.
That scene was a comic. It's just like there was these like it was like set up, punchline, closing panel. Like those jokes.
Yeah.
There were a few obviously like original things written for the episode to move the plot along and connect the different points, but there was like absolutely like that was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. Let's hold up our signs.
Right.
Before we do too much talking.
What?
It's got 2 knockouts.
Only because I've got one that I really want out.
Okay.
I just want to get this moving on so I can vote out the one.
Yeah.
I would disclaimer though, I couldn't finish this episode.
No?
No, really.
I couldn't watch it all.
You really didn't miss out much. I'll tell you everything that happened.
I described it.
Yeah.
I stopped where the girl runs off because the vampire lifted up like some bulldozer.
Yes.
She ran off. And the vampire went, "Oh yeah, I got rid of her." Mm-hmm. She came back, put her fucking bag down, and all these jars are in there.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you're strong, so I'm going to get you open all these jars." I'm done.
Yeah. So that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, that was a joke.
Yeah.
That was like one of the main.
It wasn't very fun.
There was one point in the episode where it was like, that one, I was like, yeah, I know. It's over, I know.
All you missed was vampire girl's like, I gotta get rid of her. And then she does go home for like 2 days, and the vampire's like, I miss having her around. So then when she comes back, she's like, I need you to leave again. She's like, why? I need you to go get your stuff and bring it here. You're gonna live with me. And like did you see the part where she calls her parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, and her parents are like, yeah, cool, whatever. You live with a creepy stranger in the woods. Like it's like a series of 4-koma mangas about a girl living with a vampire, with real like loose connecting
and the
points.
human girl pisses me off as well. She annoys me so much.
All of the characters in this show annoy me. I hate every
There's not
single
even
one of them.
2 really so
There's
far.
been 4. The parents.
Well, you can't
count the parents.
They annoyed me for
less
this
than a minute.
I don't care. They
For
annoyed
the
me
minute
Their minds
were-
were like, oh, yeah, okay, done.
And then the joke was like, your parents are like you.
Yeah.
Wanna.
Next page.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say about it other than it was kind of poopy. Kind of poopy wasn't the worst thing we watched though.
No.
Which
Okay.
I think we should. We'll hold up the thing, and I think we should maybe talk about the worst one we watched, after we hold up the signs.
You have to.
I'm going to go knockout again. It has got at least 1 advance vote. He's advancing it. He's advancing it as well. All right, so that's 3 out of
3.
3 out of 3. Sorry, 3 out of 6.
I meant to say it.
Now there was one show we didn't write a synopsis about that we agreed was the worst show,
This is the same show, though.
but we think it's the same show.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. You're gonna say it at the same time.
But I
I'm
don't know.
gonna
If,
say it.
I don't know
do you
the
know
name.
you don't know the English name. I'll say the name, and if from the sounds of the name you think yes, that's the show, just make it be known.
Okay.
It's the same thing. So the English title of the show we wanted out is My Sister, My Rider.
No, that's not the one.
What?
What?
The twins.
The show about the brother and the sister.
Yeah.
The writing.
Yeah.
That's not the one you want
No.
out.
What?
What is left?
I know what it is.
Oh, I think I know what it is as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, we hated that.
We hated that.
Yeah, So, plot of the show, there is a dude who wants to be able to write a light novel, but he's kind of just like average Joe schmuck dude, and he has a little sister who is great at everything. So when he submits one of his light novels, it gets sent back, and the publishing company's like, how about you maybe write a plot about a little sister, because everyone loves those. So he goes home to decide to maybe write one of those, but then finds out that the winner of the writing contest he submitted was actually one of the little sister brother love stories. Plot twist, his sister wrote that book.
Inspiration.
Wait, what are you... Oh, you watched this, didn't you?
I watched a little bit of it.
Oh my god! And you don't want this one out?
I hate this particular one so much.
Alright. So his sister...
Disclaimer, I can watch all of this one.
His sister wrote the book, and she's like too embarrassed, and like her parents would disown her or something if they found out she wrote this story. So she's like, "But brother, you can do it because you're already a loser."
Yeah, he's like already a disappointment.
Yeah, he's like, "I'll do it." So he's now like, he's like, "I'll take credit for it," and she's like writing these things like behind closed doors, and it's like, "Why do you write it like that?" She's like, it just seemed like the idea, like some people would want to read it, so I decided to write it. So then he goes and like he meets a couple colourful characters at like this writing expo.
Yeah.
I mean his reaction of pretty much sums up what these guys are like.
Yeah.
And then plot twist. The end of the episode shows that his sister actually wrote the brother-sister love story
On them.
inspiration on them, because she wants it to be normalized that brothers and sisters can be together, and start dating, and she wants to be her brother's girlfriend.
The more you know.
Now, all I could think about during this entire show was when would it end?
I'm sitting there going, please end. Please. Like, it got halfway, I'm like, we're only 10 minutes in, come on.
I looked
Did
at
you
my
actually
phone.
sit through the whole
We
thing?
watched the whole thing. We watched all of these.
It's part of the show.
Kudos.
Thank you.
It was painful.
I could not.
I looked at my phone because I wanted to check the time.
I'm not gonna lie. That fucking fishing space one, that ruined it pretty much for me. Like,
that ruined you watching like a whole thing.
yeah. Like, I'm not wasting any more time with this.
Now this was my least favourite by far.
This is like a rotten star.
Yeah. So I don't have anything else to say about it other than I hated it. Not only do I not like just the general plot of the show, I thought it wasn't funny. I thought it didn't look great. I mean, it might look fine, but
It looked alright.
I was watching it through tainted eyes. I'm like, this show has to look amazing
Yeah,
to like
fair enough.
to like catch me, and it didn't. It was it was my least favorite. It was his least favorite. Unfortunately, it wasn't your least favorite.
No,
But we'll work out about knocking shows out later.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm again gonna vote knockout.
We didn't do it the first time, by the way.
He goes advanced again.
I think I have a good idea of which ones.
Well, maybe we'll move on to the other one, the one he did dislike, which...
Anima Yell!
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Oh, it was Anima Yell.
I swear to God!
Stupidest anime ever.
I love cheerleading!
Fuck off. Piss off.
Hold the other one up!
My side.
Hold it up.
Hold it up!
Hold it
I'll
up.
hold it up next time. I just wanted to give it... I'll explain why I want to give it 1. I'll explain why I want to give it 1.
I'm gonna beat you.
I'll explain why I want to give it 1.
Cut back in when Adam has 2 bruised eyes.
Yeah.
The reason I wanted to give it 1, right, is because watching that last show we just watched, was a 100% painful experience for me.
Yeah.
Watching Anima Yell wasn't enjoyable. But there were moments in it where I'm like, huh, cool. You know, there was like maybe a combined like 15 to 25 seconds of that was a funny joke. Cool. I get it. Over like the 30 minutes it was on, there was nothing like that in the other show. Which is I just wanted to give it credit for it not being the show I hated the most.
So that was enough for you to hold up the advent sign.
Yes.
You're
I'm grading on a curve here. You know? Like maybe next week, if it's left and there's nothing worse than it, it'll be double knockout all the way. And if we hadn't watched that other show, it maybe would have been a double knockout. But I just wanted to give it credit for the fact that there was a show that I watched that I truly despised every second of. I didn't despise every second of this show.
I hated every second of this one. I hated every second of it. It wasn't funny. It was stupid. The anime eyes where she watches the people cheerleading. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go cheer.
Yes.
Stupidest fucking thing. And she kept doing that for like half the fucking episode until someone finally went, it's chair, you dumb bitch.
So after being the anti-devil's advocate here and being like, I like this and this, I'm going to agree with everything else you guys say. I thought there was a lot of things I didn't like about it. The chair joke, I'm like, what did we work out? We worked out they were making it every 40 seconds. Yeah, the first half of the show, they made the chair joke every 40 seconds. Yeah. I'm like,
it was not way too much.
You know, it wasn't.
There's nothing else
it wasn't
to do.
funny the first time.
It didn't even look good. It didn't even look good.
It didn't look good. It didn't. I'm like,
it was so bad. It was so bad.
It was.
And classic, the one who's good at cheering doesn't want to do cheering anymore.
Yeah, because her friends were like,
the friends are like,
come down to our level.
And she's like, no, I don't want to. And they're like, well, then you're out of the cheer club. And she was like, well, that's enough to get me to quit. It's like, why don't you just go join a better cheer club then, you know?
But
like,
no.
She's like, no, I want to quit. But the chick who's afraid of heights, did she not ever think, like,
it's like, but I'm afraid of heights.
But I'm like, she was watching them getting thrown in the air, and she was like, that looks amazing. And then she never clicked, like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So it looks like, I want to do chair, but I'm scared of heights. And plus,
like, her whole thing is like, I want to support people, right? That's her thing. I'm pretty sure there are jobs as cheerleaders where you just throw people. Like, there are, not everyone gets thrown, right?
Yeah.
You know? So, like, she could just do that. That's her, like, main thing about it. Is like, I just want to throw people.
It was just...
But she's also small, so she probably couldn't throw people if she
wanted
to.
So
she'd be the one to be thrown.
You know what? Then she can't do cheerleading.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
people
exactly right.
Don't do it.
Find something else. Do gymnastics.
Yeah, just...
You know?
Now, the one good thing, and the only ever good thing I could say about the show was the last 10 seconds of it. And that was when she fell from the tree, and the blue-haired girl yelled at her.
No,
that wasn't even... No.
I thought
did the blue-haired girl catch her, or did she just let her drop? I can't remember.
She caught her. So it would have been funny if she just let her fall.
Because I remember her being on the ground, so I couldn't remember if she just fell out of the tree.
It made me giggle a bit, but that's it.
How'd she get in the tree?
I don't remember, man. I don't care.
It's one of those anime.
I did like the blonde chick. I thought she was kind of funny. The chick that's like, no, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, no, she was probably the highlight.
You know when I said like there were redeeming moments of the show? Yeah. It was watching her being like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not interested. And she's like, nah, you're in though.
No,
like, you're doing it.
You're doing it.
No, we have fun.
She's like, I want to do chair. It's pronounced cheer. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You know, she was basically like being me.
Yeah,
like,
that's
in a couple
exactly
scenes.
Right. Yeah.
But it looks like she does it anyway.
Alright, last card.
Well, before we do that, I do want to say as well, we are missing a couple key characters that might clinch it. There's 2 more people to join the cheerleading club.
Red hair?
There's a brown-haired chick, right? And a red-headed chick. Now, the red-headed chick is obviously in the cheer club because you see her getting thrown around. But she's not in any of the, like, shots where, you know, they're all, like, hugging and, like, friends. She's not in any of that. She's, like, behind them.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to go down. Like, is she just, like,
I can answer that. I don't care.
You don't care?
I was going to say, I don't care about that redhead Scared.
I don't
Alright.
care.
Last time.
I will give it that though, Jez. I'm curious how that's going to work. But I don't have my advanced thing, but it doesn't matter because my second vote is a knockout vote.
Yes!
Yes. We will have a conversation about knocking a show out. Can you grab my advanced thing?
I can
please?
grab it. That was pretty brutal, but
No, it wasn't. That was necessary.
The next up is the circus anime,
Yep.
which I believe is the last one.
nope. Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet's still left. Alright. We'll talk about circus then, because you didn't finish it.
I got about... I had skipped through it because I forgot that it came out.
Yes. So, I wrote a little brief synopsis for this one. And it goes like...
That doesn't look brief.
Yeah.
And it goes like this. Masura Saiga, aka generic anime boy, can't seem to catch a break. Not only is he now an orphan, but he keeps getting the crap beat out of him. His father, who seems to have been a genius billionaire playboy philanthropist, has just left him the family fortune. So of course an army of sentient puppets have been sent to attack him. Luckily, he bumps into Narumi, the world's buffest mascot, and Shirogane, a current acrobat, who is able to control a puppet because her mother was his family's nanny. I'm not really sure, it kind of glosses over that point. Either way, together Narumi and Shirogane are able to beat at least the basic evil puppets and also punch Masura in the face, knocking him out cold. Will they be able to beat the rest of the evil puppet army? How many concussions will Masura get by the end of the series? We'll just have to watch to find out.
The only thing I thought after that synopsis was, this is the story of how I became the number one beaten up boy.
Yeah.
So how far into it did you see? Did you meet the acrobat chick?
It got where she was putting on like a leotard thing.
Oh, really?
But
That
that
was
was it.
really early.
That was 20 seconds into the episode.
Nah, it wasn't that.
Nah.
Pretty sure it was.
I would say it was definitely in the first half. So basically, I'll just run through plot point for plot point. So the kid like shows him at the circus. Then it shows like people getting slaughtered at the circus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
saw that. Then he's on the street and he bumps into the dude in the bear costume.
Yep.
Then the dude in the bear costume rescues him from the dudes that are attacking him.
Yep.
Yeah. And like that's the first time he gets beat up. He gets like full on grabbed by the face.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious for some reason.
Yeah.
I laughed. Then they go on a train.
Yep.
Then he figures out on the train that they're puppets.
Yeah, because
he breaks one while they're on the train.
You know what happens is one of the puppets standing
Oh
in
yeah,
front
he's
of the
standing
train.
in front of one of the puppets standing in front of the train. Did you see that part?
No, I did not see that part.
So they're on the train, and like one more puppet comes on the train. He's like fighting it, and another one stands like in front of the train to block it.
Yeah.
And like the train hits it and like shatters it, but little pieces of it go under the rail of the train tracks and
Yeah.
like knock the train off course. Luckily, they knock it off course right out the front of a circus, which is also the circus where the acrobat chick you saw putting the leotard on. She's there, and she knows the little kid. Like, she's like family friends with him. Like,
Right.
She knew his grandfather, who was like this puppet master, who made this like super special war puppet and taught the acrobat chick how to control it. So
Right.
she's like now this awesome fighter with this acrobat puppet, and they use that to wreck,
The puppets.
wreck the evil puppets that are attacking. But like I said, they knock out the little kid somehow.
Right.
Like, they both. I think the buff dude and the puppet chick are like, they're both fighting over who's going to protect the kid, and they both end up punching him in the face.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No,
and, like,
so what happens is like she goes in for a punch with like the mannequin. She pulls back on, and her elbow just like smacks him in the face. And this guy like misses and just also hits him in the same place.
this kid gets punched in the face. It's the best.
That's great.
He also gets slapped on the train. I don't know if you saw that part.
No, I don't think I
The
saw
buff
that.
dude just like slaps him. He's like, I'm freaking out. And the buff dude's like, "Boom! Shut up." It's great.
Oh, wait, are we gonna say what we think about this first?
Oh yeah. You didn't finish it, but based on the 10 minutes,
From what I watched,
yeah,
it looked fun.
yeah,
Like,
it's really fun.
This is
looked
my
like-
gold star.
Really?
It looked like
Yeah.
a fun anime.
It's really, really fun. Like, it's not my favorite, and I actually wasn't looking forward to watching it. I was kind of like, but But I enjoyed it while I
I
was
had it in the
watching.
back of my mind for a really long time. But
I
it
left
just
it-
came out a little bit later
Yeah.
than everything else,
Yeah.
so I just forgot about
So,
it.
but you obviously have to finish episode 1 before you watch episode
Yeah.
2. But no, the action scenes with the puppet are really cool.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't really gloss over how she controls it, and it really doesn't explain much, like, how she learned. It's like the
I'm sure there'll be like a
yes, so the acrobat. The only explanation you get is the acrobat chick's mother was the little boy's family's nanny,
Right.
and so the acrobat chick and the little boy's grandfather like knew each other back when he lived in France,
Okay.
and he taught her how to use the puppet.
Right.
And this dude loved puppets. So there's a flashback scene. He's got a giant puppet room.
It was like, everyone
Okay.
in this family has a puppet room.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a family tradition to have a creepy ass puppet room.
Yeah, it was just so weird.
But yeah, you get to see it. The puppet has a really cool design. It looks broken, but it's not. It's obviously designed this way.
Yeah.
So it's got one arm,
Yeah.
and in its one arm, it's got the
got like
other
a
arm's
bar.
broken. It's holding its one broken arm, and like it uses it like a sword. And that's how the puppet's designed.
Huh.
So it's missing an arm on this side. It
Yeah.
has one arm here, which is like clenched like a fist, and in its across its arm, it's holding its broken arm.
Is that what that is? I
Yeah.
thought it was like a bar.
No, it's holding its broken arm,
Okay.
and it uses its broken arm as a sword. That's the
I'm
design.
gonna have to watch this.
That's the
again.
design for the puppet.
Yeah.
It's really
At
cool.
first, I thought, why would they give her a broken puppet? But it's not. It's just designed that way. Like it's
Right.
designed to look broken.
I thought all the designs for all the characters were pretty good.
Yeah,
Big, buff Yamcha.
yeah. Another
Yeah.
character that looks exactly like Yamcha, except he has a mullet.
Yeah.
He also has this weird disease.
He has
where
like a stroke if he doesn't get someone to laugh.
he has random seizures, and the only way to get the seizure to go away is someone has to laugh. I think you may have seen. like,
Yeah,
that
I
one.
saw
the
it.
first 5 minutes, he almost dies.
Yeah, it's not explained
Oh,
by the end of the episode. Like he just says, "I have a disease," and then it
And
doesn't
villain
touch
shows
on it
up.
again.
Right.
But yeah, at the end, I mean, it's kind of spoiling it for you, but it's not too much. At the end, another dude who controlled puppets shows up and like breaks the window, like because they take this kid to the doctor because they punch him in the face. So he's sitting at the doctor's, and the window of the doctor's office gets smashed open by this other puppet that this other dude's controlling. So we're about to see a puppet on puppet fight.
Which is going to look legit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think they're called master puppeteers.
Right.
The ones that are able to like use these combat puppets.
So that was like a really weird name. that we got.
No, I'm pretty sure they say it on the phone. With there's another master puppeteer.
Alright. What do I know?
A lot of fun. Again, not my favorite, but like, and I don't know why I wasn't looking forward to watching it, and I'm still kind of like about it. But I really enjoyed what I saw.
Yeah. For what I saw, it looked fun, interesting.
This was your gold star.
Yeah, I thought it was an awesome first episode. It makes me really excited for the next one.
All right. Well, let's all hold up these then. I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. That's another 6 out of 6 advances for this show.
Last one?
Yeah, we'll find out next week if it's able to hold up into episode 2.
Better.
The Blast show then is his lock. So we did our 2 locks first and left his till the last minute.
Boarding School Juliet.
Yeah, the Romeo and Juliet.
Did you finish this one?
Yeah, I've watched this one.
Alright. Dahlia Academy is a boarding school where students come from 2 enemy countries. We don't remember. Do you guys remember what the names were? Because
They're like the same country, but one's from the north and one's from the south.
Yeah, I just call them the Black Dogs area and the White Cats area. However, Romeo Inozuka, the leader of the first year Black Dogs, is in love with the first year of the White Cats, who's called Juliet.
She's
think
not
she is
called
called-
Juliet.
Isn't
She's
it?
called like Pietzo.
Yeah.
I'm calling her Juliet. That's
Fair
how I
enough.
remember it.
I think her name actually is like Juliet or Giulietta Pietzo, but they never ever call her by her first
I'm just going
name.
to call her Juliet because that's what this story
No,
is
that's
about.
fair enough.
All right.
Everyone gets what you're talking about.
Yeah. This episode introduces the 2 characters starting their relationship. However, they can't say anything about it because of the backlash the 2 would get from the other students. So basically, it's just Romeo and Juliet.
It basically is just Romeo and Juliet.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh,
I'll do this.
Ready? 3,
2,
2, 1.
Advance, knockout, advance.
Explain why you didn't like it.
Where do I begin?
Where do I begin? Look, I didn't hate it. you probably can guess what I'm going to hold up next, because it was very middling for me.
Yeah.
Basically, I held up at least one knockout, because if it got knocked out now and I didn't have to watch anymore, I wouldn't be inclined to watch episode 2.
Yeah.
If it's like, if I was like, all right, we're done with this show, I'd be like, cool.
This is my
more
KaraKuri
cool.
Circus. Like this is how you think. Like you thought KaraKuri Circus wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
This is how I thought after the episode 1. I mean, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed watching it, and I want to watch episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
Episode 2's already out.
Yeah, episode 2.
Yeah, but this is episode 1.
We
This is the
did.
episode 1
You
segment.
can still watch the second episode.
No, but I get where you're coming from. I enjoyed it, and I want to see where this goes. It's like another. What was the first one that we watched? Where I wanted to watch the first.
Run Like the Wind.
Yeah, it's like a Run Like the Wind. The very thing. I probably might kick it out next week if
If it doesn't pick up.
If it does the same thing. But
I don't know, I didn't think any of the characters... I mean, the Juliet character is my favourite.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the characters. Romeo could have been my favourite, but they turned him into a pussy 5 minutes into
Yeah.
the episode. I'm like, what are you doing, guys? He's like, I've been in love with her the whole time.
He's whipped.
You know? She's like this badass, I don't need no man,
Yeah.
independent woman the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
I mean, it looked really good.
It does look...
It does look- I do like
The
it.
fountain scene.
Yeah.
The fountain scene was good.
Oh my gosh,
That
it's
was-
awesome.
That was a good little scene. I did like it. And I like the jokes landed like a decent
the
amount.
jokes were alright.
Because the only reason I did knock out is because there were shows on this list that basically all the shows I gave a double advance to. I want to see
Yeah.
the next week, and if they all got kicked out, I'd be like, well, I'm watching them in my free time. At least episode 2.
Yeah.
This one I wouldn't do it. This one I wouldn't watch the next
Yeah.
episode unless I had to.
Yeah.
I would watch
Not
this in my
100%.
own time, but I understand why people wouldn't want to watch it.
It's
The only problem is it's spoofy Shakespeare.
it is spoofy Shakespeare.
So you sort of know straight away how it's going to go
I mean,
and when
yeah,
it's going to go.
it's kind of following the general gist.
Like, they're
of
probably
what
not going to kill each other at the end.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, they're probably not going to do that.
They're probably just
There's
gonna, like,
probably going to
leave
be a
stuff.
happy ending
Yeah.
at the end.
I think
But
the only
you sort of get the idea
o-
and the pace it's going to go.
the only Romeo and Juliet similarities we're going to have is these two groups hate each other, but these two like main members of these groups love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's,
and then-
that's probably going to be where the similarities between Romeo
Yeah.
and Juliet end. You might have a Mercutio
Death.
type character, or a
Not a death, maybe like a kick out of school type of thing.
no, but you don't know who Mercutio is.
Yeah.
Like different characters from Romeo and Juliet, they
Yeah.
might crop up in this. Like Tybalt might pop up.
Type of, yep.
I think it's pronounced Tybalt.
I don't care. It's Romeo and Juliet. I just wanted to see what this was like. I mean, I enjoyed the trailer, the little snippets that we got.
I think the trailer was actually better than the show. Oh, I liked. Was it the music in the trailer? Was it the music in this one?
Yeah, this music was good.
Yeah, I think I liked the music in this. I don't remember none of the music in any of these shows, by the way, stood out to me.
No.
I don't remember any.
Yeah, I don't remember any really...
Maybe like I wasn't paying too much attention of it. Maybe by episode 2 or 3, like I'd be like, oh, that particular song, I like that. None of them stood out to me just yet. I was focusing more on plot this week,
Yeah.
just trying to get into it.
Episode 1 is plot week.
Like they really have to, like episode 1, they have to be like, this is the plot of the show. Wah! They can't focus too much, I guess, on like music or visuals.
Yeah. That's really all I can say about it. I'm very...
It really is. It's Romeo and Juliet. If you like,
That sort of...
if you like
Genre.
romance, high school anime, you like this anime. Are they? By the way, they're in modern day, right? Did they have
Yeah.
cell phones? They had cell phones.
Yeah. I think so.
I don't think they showed the cell phones like that.
Did? Am I imagining them using cell phones, or did they actually use them?
I don't think it showed cell phones in this.
They had so far? Maybe?
Wait, maybe they didn't. Because I'm thinking of him like getting the message of like come to the fountain. But
Yeah.
was that a text, or did he get hit by the note?
He got hit by like a rock or something with a note on it.
Oh, no, he did. Yeah.
Maybe they don't have cell
No,
phones.
they don't have
maybe this
phones.
isn't modern day.
It doesn't matter. The point
I mean, it
is,
doesn't really
It doesn't
explain
really
it.
matter.
Yeah.
but
So the point is, Romeo and Juliet.
Not the
Yeah,
worst one.
not the worst
on
one.
our list.
very neutral.
That's 5 out of 6 from all of us here. Now,
All right.
let's talk about knocking out a show.
Done. Do it.
Now, normally speaking, we would knock out a show. The show with the lowest number of votes would be out of here. However, we did establish a 2-episode rule. So I don't know if the voting system would really work in this first week, or if we should work out another way to eliminate a show.
Right.
So, I was kind of really hoping we'd all agree to knock out...
Anima Yell?
No, the other one, the one I really didn't like.
Oh,
I'm kind of trying to spin this to benefit me. I was really kind of hoping we'd all agree to knock that show out. Now, did you vote advance for it once or twice?
Twice, I think.
I did once.
You advanced it once. Why? You... So we got 3 advances.
Yeah.
I did.
Now,
I was neutral.
If we're going through votes, Anima Yell is out.
Yeah. I like it. Let's stick with that.
I think we should go by votes.
I don't want to go by votes, because I would so much rather watch Anima Yell.
I would not.
But I feel
Why don't you spin it?
I feel real strongly about knocking it.
I don't want to spin it, because if we spin it and Anima Yell stays in, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Alright.
Anima Yell's going out.
To be fair, through the voting system that the voting system I came up with that's already screwing me in week 1.
Because if we're not going to go by the voting system, why have a voting system?
It's true. I was trying so hard to be like, no, it's week 1.
No,
we did make up a rule. Do we really want to use the vote? Alright.
Anima Yell's gone.
I guess Anima Yell's gone.
Fuck yeah!
Which means we have to watch You have to watch the whole episode. You can't...
Oh, no, I'll watch it again, yeah.
Alright. Which means we now have to watch another episode of My Sister, My Rider.
Yeah.
Which I was so... When we all sat down, we're all like, we all hate the same show. We all hate it. I'm like...
No, you said that.
Well, no,
I was like, are you sure it's the same show?
Well, we all knew there was at least one show we wanted out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, it's got to be that one. And then you're like, no. I'm like, Romeo and Juliet? Do you want that out? I didn't, because I didn't hate Anima Yell.
But you didn't watch the show.
Anima, yeah.
You obviously didn't watch the show. It was garbage. It was pure garbage. It was terrible.
Alright. So by Anima Yell,
yes,
you lasted probably about as long as you should have lasted.
Yeah.
You know, the only reason I put any fight towards you at all was because there's, in my opinion, a worse show.
I was gone.
However, there is nothing... That was the second worst show, I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in the second week, unless something dorps the ball so hard...
Goblin Slayer.
Nah, I'm completely biased towards that one now.
Can we say, what's your golden star?
Goblin Slayer.
My golden star this week was Goblin Slayer.
KaraKuri Circus. Whatever it's called, circus thing.
Yeah.
Puppet circus. That was good.
Alright. I'm probably gonna be Goblin
Let's
Slayer.
call it... I like Seal of Approval more than Golden Star.
Yeah, Seal of Approval.
So, yes, we got Moody's Seal of Approval was Goblin Slayer. My Seal of Approval was Goblin Slayer. Your Seal of Approval
Circus Puppet.
was Circus Puppets. Okay. So we're down to 9 shows for the following week. Meet up again in a week's time after we watch those. Now, I know we're like a couple of shows have 2 episodes out, but I just wanted to wait until all the shows we'd agreed to watch had episode 1 out.
Right, yeah.
That was totally my planning. That didn't just happen to totally work out. The Circus one came out yesterday of all days. So next week, just...
It'll be better organising because everything's out.
Everything's out. Everything will have an episode out. Like one more episode out. So next week we are watching The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Radiant.
Miss Vampire,
which we don't know the real name of.
We don't care.
Not
that one.
Not Anima Yell.
Boarding School
Juliet. Run Like the Wind. Goblin Slayer. My Sister, My Rider. The Sumo anime.
And something else.
And another one.
Radiant?
I already said Radiant.
Just check.
And...
KaraKuri Circus?
No, I already said Circus.
Did you?
Run Like the Wind. Radiant. Goblin Slayer. Sumo. KaraKuri Circus.
Boarding School
Juliet. My Life as a Slime. Miss Vampire, and My Sister, My Rider.
Yep.
That's 9. Alright.
Yep.
Alright. Let's see what our thoughts are on episode 2 next week. Thank you anyone who's watched this. There'll be timestamps for specific ones in the description, although you're at the end now, so you probably know that. And we'll see you next week.
Your boys out.
Catch ya.
Woo.